bought this property and exchanged, picked up keys on Friday. Unfortunately, the property had a massive leak and the property is now flooded, so we were called in with the third contractor to come out to find it.
Actually, everywhere. All the pipes run in a cavity underneath the floor. And you can see through all of this, there's a lot of moisture underneath here. It's not completely visible, but this tank is constantly filling, which means the leak is going to be, could be on the cold or the hot water side, but this is where the pipe's going to run underneath. So we're going to do a normal video. I'll get you some moisture readings. So the thermal imaging we just did, flat 21. So we've got concrete below everything. First indication is this here. So all the pipes are run in a cavity between here and the floor. This is the mains water, which we are now going to isolate. This tank is constantly filling, which means there's a leak. This could either be on the hot or the cold side. It's not on the shower pump, but we are going to shut the valves off for that. So the hole underneath the floor.
Okay, here is the agent.
You can see how much water is underneath there, which 100% is going to be, give or take, where the leak is. So it's going to be between there and the kitchen. So now we've got the water off, you can see that tank level has dropped by about ½ inch. So we've got all the water isolated. These are run from the shower pump. So all of that runs from the pump. From what I can see, oh, that's not it. Yeah, it's masonry. It's not getting up the walls. But that is a lot of moisture in the ground, as you can see. So if we track from here, I personally think the leak is across here. You can see the amount of humidity that's along this wall. This separation between, it's going to be hard to pinpoint exactly, but all the pipe work runs through here, across here, into underneath the bath. Obviously the bath water was over this side, runs across that way, then comes across here. It will drop back down across to here, not necessarily in a straight line, and then over to here. It's going to take a while, but you can see the amount of water that's in there. I think if we can just isolate these, which is from here and here, and hopefully the kitchen sink runs off of that as well. Yeah, perfect. So everything runs from the pump, which means the pipework can actually be rerouted all the way up, clipped across the top and just through the walls and then down. And the toilet also runs off of there, off the pump as well. So everything runs on the pump. The pipework's going to be in the boxing back here. And you can see so flat 13 Tennyson Close. The biggest sign that this has been leaking for a very long time is this across here. This is the break in the floor. These salts take a long time to come out of the brickwork. They do not appear overnight. And the fact that it is ingrained on the glass means this has been leaking for a good few months. This has been leaking a minimum of 8 weeks, minimum. That's right, mate. There's going to be throughout the entire walls, internally and externally. So when this eventually dries, this will become worse because the moisture will dissipate, meaning that where it's swollen up, even the plaster is swollen to a certain amount, it then breaks back down. As you can see, this is all dot and dab on the walls. It is wet behind the walls. It is wet on the ceiling, which is why we're not going to do damp readings, because it is that bad. We're going to shut this water off. All of the floors, like even as far across as here, you can see that this has not been an overnight leak. Oh, wow. There we go. This is the entire property. I will carry on. You can see where it's running through the walls. This is the worst because that is exactly where the leak is. It's running across. That is adjoining the concrete. Again, that wouldn't have just magically dropped out. You can see the rebar and you can actually see the floor above. Somebody has tried to mastic this and cover it over and hope for the best, which unfortunately has just caused it to go absolutely everywhere. Like I say, this has been a minimum of 8 weeks. The mould growth on the carpet alone indicates that this has been 6 weeks. We've got water in all of the brickwork. Again, you can see from the condensation that this isn't an overnight thing. it's probably been painted over to look nice, and then it's just got worse. 15.8 degrees, 77 relative humidity, maximum tolerance is 60 for a habitable living, dew point's 11.8, so that's not far between the dew point, which is 11.8, and the inside temperature 15.8. So this is a high risk to health just to be in this property at the moment. So the extent is even to as far as that